Hi everyone. Okay, so you guys are probably like really shocked by the title being like, why shouldn't I say sorry? Usually when I start a video I have like a bunch of bullet points, and today I only have one, and it's why you shouldn't say sorry. And this is more for my viewers who are very like overly anxious, very overly sensitive, fragile, because I just want to change like the way you think and the way you talk and change your language, because I think this might actually really help some of you guys and also like change the way you view yourself and view your interactions with other people. So I think a lot of the times when you're very anxious, you might end up apologizing for things you shouldn't even be sorry for. Like, oh sorry, I'm so ugly today. Oh sorry, I look like a mess. Oh sorry, I'm talking too much. Oh sorry. Of course there are things that you should be sorry for. If you're in like relationships and you hurt someone, you should apologize. I think that's like such a good trait to have, to like be able to apologize. But to change your language and to change the way you think, I would recommend saying thank you instead. For example, if you're saying, oh sorry, I'm talking too much, instead say, thank you for hanging out with me even though I talk so much. Or, sorry I'm so loud. Say, oh thank you for hanging out with me even though I talk so loud. Like, let me know if I'm talking too loud. If you say, oh sorry I look like a mess today, instead of saying, sorry I look so ugly today, instead be like, thanks for hanging out with me even though I didn't really feel the need to put an effort to my looks today. Like, it's really cool that you still want to hang out with me even though, I didn't put much effort into my appearance today. And the reason why I think this is like such an important way to change the way you speak is because some manipulators will take advantage over sensitive, fragile, anxious type people, and they will take advantage of them. And when you say sorry for something that you really should not be sorry for, it kind of puts them on a pedestal. If you're saying, oh, like, sorry I'm so ugly today, then they're gonna start treating you like you're down below them, because it's almost like when you say sorry, like you owe them something. Like, usually when you apologize, like you owe it to make it up to them. But if you are apologizing for things you should not be apologizing for example, saying sorry for just being yourself, then the other person is kind of like going to act like, whether it's subconsciously or consciously, they're going to act like they are above you because you owe them, because you're sorry and you owe them. And some people, they're not even manipulators, and they subconsciously will treat you like you owe them something or that you're below them just because you say sorry. And I think it's totally fine to be sorry. Like, if you're late, like, oh sorry I'm late, but instead try say, thank you so much for your patience. Like, I really appreciate it. I don't think that my time is more important than yours. Thank you so much for waiting. I think the difference is that when you say thank you, it makes them feel good about themselves. If you're crying, instead of being like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm crying, I'm sorry, I'm crying, instead say, thank you for being a person I can cry to. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being that shoulder I can lean on. And instead of them being like, oh, they owe me something because they're sorry for slobbering all over my shoulder, now it changes the way they think as well too, and they're gonna be like, oh, like, I do feel like a good friend. Like, I feel good about myself because I'm being a good friend and helping someone who's sad and crying, and it is going to make them more likely to want to help you when you're sad and crying. You know what I mean? So not only does it make you feel less like a burden, like you owe all these other people things, even though, you should not be sorry for just being who you are, but it also helps you feel good that, like, you're making someone else feel good because they are like, oh, they appreciate me. Like, if you say thank you to someone, they feel appreciated. Like, that's a good feeling to have, to feel like, oh, like, my friend or my family member appreciates me. So I know this is kind of a short video and kind of like a topic that a lot of people might have talked about or not talked about, but I do realize that a lot of my subscribers do have anxiety, and I just want to help the way you guys think about yourselves and the way that you're going to interact with other people, because like I said, saying sorry all the time, even though it's better than not saying sorry at all. Like, I literally had a friend, like this one girl, she was just so proud of never being able to say sorry. She was like, my parents would lock me in a shed and I still wouldn't say sorry. I hated saying sorry. To me, I don't really like that quality in people who can't say sorry. So that's not really what I'm referring to. I'm kind of referring to, us very fragile people who just feel the need to apologize for everything, who are like, oh sorry, like we're very like, jittery. And I have to admit, I was this kind of person who was like, oh sorry I look so ugly today, like sorry sorry, I'm not talking enough. And when I learned to change my language, I realized people started to treat me differently, and the way I treated myself started to change. I felt like a better person because I was making the people around me feel good by thanking them, by being appreciative of them, you know, helping me however I can. And then I stopped saying sorry for things that I really should not be sorry for. Why should I be sorry to be myself? For example, if you're a very quiet, shy person and you're hanging out with someone and you're like, oh, sorry, I'm so quiet. You shouldn't be sorry for being so quiet, because if that's your personality, like, that's who you are. Why should you apologize for who you are? Like, if you were born that way and that's the way you like to be and you prefer to listen than to speak, then you shouldn't be sorry for it. You should be instead proud, and you should be thankful for the people around you who love you for that, you know? And that's all I wanted to say in this video, and I hope you guys understood what I was trying to say, and I will flash the quote for today here. And I would probably fill out this video with a page from my mindful journal. By the way, I forgot to mention that if you want to leave your favorite quote down in the comments below, it's okay if you already commented it before. I will put the next one up as a shout out for the next video. So yes, put your favorite quotes down below. And this is the page we're up to. I think this page is pretty special because it is the only black and white page in the whole of this book. I wrote lyrics to a La Dispute song. It's one of my favorite songs. It's called Why It Scares Me. And I'll just read it out to you. So, yep, that's what it looks like. It says, at times I've shouted out unprovoked at the world, at you, just to see if the people around me react. Sometimes I think they're all acting. At times I'm scared that I'm acting too. Like my movements or my stage directions. Was that a change in topic or a beat in a scene? Have I been taking my emotional cues from the scripts I wrote at 16? Maybe I just think about it all so much. And then I kind of like skip past some of the lyrics in the song. Maybe it's just as much about what comes our way as it is how we react. Know all the things that I've been making up inside my head, and to know what's real. I want to believe that the way I am is just the way it goes for the things that came, not the things that I chose to come. I want to know if I had any control. One other line here says, I'm walking under acid rain, which is a different song. I'm walking under acid rain. I don't know if any of you guys know it. I found it from SoundCloud. And this is like a flamingo. And these are some of the Zentangle patterns I do when I'm trying to feel like I have more control. So I think that fits with what this song is talking about. I really resonated with this song when I was younger because it kind of has a lot of these existential type questions of like, is this all just the stage we're on? Are we all just acting? You know, is this just some scene in a movie? Like, in other words, to me, it kind of reminded me of the simulation theory. Like, how real is all of this? And is this all planned? Is this all scripted? Is this how it's meant to be? Do I really make choices? Or are these choices just fate handed to me? Like, was this meant to happen? And I think all of these questions are questions that don't need to be answered. It's just some questions that you can explore. The next page is this one, and we'll go through it next time. But I love you guys all so much. I'm not in my PE uniform. I bought this because I had this like party and it was like a golf party. This is like one of the clothes I got. But I love you guys all so much. Make sure you take care. Do say sorry when it's necessary, but don't ever apologize for being yourself. But I love you guys all so much. Thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.
Reside in my cage, saying it's $4.99. Beat the red flow in my veins. Life in my city kinda pricey, but